Welcome back to another episode of Anchor TV Interviews. Tim Yean here, sports manager for Anchor TV, now with episode 14 of Anchor TV Interviews. It's another Ducey Media Center interview trying to round out the rest of the outgoing and upcoming e-boards. Here today with Anchor TV President Josh Greenberg. Josh, how are you today?
I am very well. Thank you for asking. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing well myself. Thank you so much for adjusting your schedule. I know we had a little bit of a conflict.
Tuesday morning, easy peasy for me.
Right.
I always got time for Tim Yean.
Oh, thank you. So,
An Anchor TV MVP. That's.
I appreciate it. I try my best. So.
You do.
Whenever I get those compliments, like, I'm just trying to do my job, man. So.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
It's honest work. So, we would have had it in the afternoon with chock full of Galvez's classes students, but due to my scheduling reasons, had to go somewhere else. But I thank you for taking the time in the morning again.
Of course.
I always like to try to start off with this question, which was, what sparked up your interest in joining Anchor TV?
I joined Anchor TV because I wanted to make the Josh Greenberg Show. I had the idea for the Josh Greenberg Show, and it was because last springtime, famous comedian John Mulaney was doing his talk show, Everybody's Live, or it used to be called Everybody's in LA. And I was watching this, and I was like, wow, this is a fun conversational talk show. Yeah. They've got weird, running bits. Like, he had a bit where for like 3 episodes in a row, he was doing a PSA campaign called the Know Your H campaign, which stands for Know Your Height.
Right.
And I was like, that's so weird. And the interviews were very natural and funny, and they got a lot of like celebrity guests that you would not expect to be on the couch next to one another. And also, they got like a Supreme Court lawyer and a member of the AAA executive suite. And so all of this was I don't know why I thought I could get names like that, but the conversational style is what I really wanted to emulate. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, I have this project. How am I going to use my resources at college to get this project done? And Anchor TV was the obvious avenue for that.
Right. And so I guess it's John Mulaney that's sort of like the sort of inspirational thing when it comes to, I guess, the comedy and the, premise of the show?
Absolutely. His premise of having a theme for an episode, like a theme question for an episode, and then building a bunch of bits and interview questions around that, I think was the thing that I wanted to emulate. Right. He does a lot of call-ins, which we thought maybe that wouldn't be feasible because of the limitations of Gauge 100 and the size of the audience. Mm-hmm. Most people are in Gauge 100 with us, not necessarily watching at home. But yeah, I'd say John Mulaney. I've been watching his stuff since middle school. He definitely is an influence on me as a professional funny man.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of where the idea came from.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of answered like the second question about how the Josh Greenberg Show came to be. I guess another question is, how did you manage to find the people to help out? I mean, you got John Segan to co-host, and a bunch of other amazing talents to help out, behind the scenes.
It's all in the Rick Ducey sphere. It's everybody who works on the show is a Rick student, except for obviously some of the guests. Mm. So yeah, we were already well acquainted with one another, and it was just sort of who wants to do what. It was an open discussion that I would have in social gatherings often. Really, though, the mastermind sort of the co-creators are me and Stage Luna.
Oh.
We were talking about Josh Greenberg Show stuff literally every single day of the summer of 2025. It was we had big ideas. And I would say maybe a quarter of them have come to fruition in the show. We've had to do a lot of editing. I had a big long notes app list, and there's some weird episodes in there that we could not do.
Is there one that we're able to show on YouTube that's not that's very family friendly and definitely not like weird at all?
We wanted to do a dad's episode where we got everyone's dad. A lot of episodes. You can see this in the first half of the show, we did a bald episode and a twin episode, and there were so many more of those episodes that focused on
people's dads.
No, well, yes, one was dads, but a lot of them were also just focused on getting a specific type of person in one place. I think that's a thing that I find very funny, but that is very logistically difficult. Like for the bald episode, so many people, it was a revolving door of people who were volunteering to like shave their head or go on. Ted Zito ended up being the only bald guy in the room in that episode.
The only genuinely bald guy in the
only genuinely bald guy in the room.
What was that? Did you just like email him like, hey, we're running a bald episode. Do you want to be interviewed?
Yeah, we emailed him. I went to his office, talked to him a little bit before, and he was like, this is great because he's a nice guy.
Right.
But the twin episode was when we were like, all right, we got to pivot here. We can't just be getting all of one specific type of person.
Like, or like a specific type of person, like twins, right?
Exactly, yeah. Like the twin episode, the first set of guests were triplets. Because that's what we had. It doesn't, which is, it's not the biggest stretch in the world, but I was like, this is too much of. I was posting Craigslist ads. I was like, I will pay you $50 if you go bald. And then somebody emailed me. They're like, I'll do it. But it was after the show had aired.
After the show.
And then they were like, I didn't respond, and they were like, you monster, you're false advertising. Yeah. So we pivoted into more general. Easy peasy stuff like the love episode. That's a you can do a lot with that theme.
And we're continuing on with the love episode, right? We're having a little bit of a marriage going on.
Getting married, yes, in a week. I try not to think about I'll get cold feet. But I also realized we never even proposed.
Oh,
and so it was just kind of a but no.
It's like okay. So it's like an arranged marriage sort of like it's just like. We're just doing it?
Of sorts. We were arranged by a machine.
Oh, okay.
That was built by.
Yeah, which featured when it was successful. It featured a nice photo of one of the professors here at Rick, and then also a little flying
flying Tim Yean.
Yeah,
that's correct. That was the work of Brody Burgun.
I know. I saw that in action. One day I was in the Anchor TV office. And I logged in and I'm like.
It's my face on a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got the chance to see that on my hard drive too. It's still on my hard drive.
Cherish it. It's a good luck charm.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and
you should print it out, put it in your pocket.
Of course. I don't think we'd be able to have like 13 or 14 episodes of Anchor TV interviews without that. So thank you, Brody.
That's the longevity of the show is because of that little good luck charm.
Yeah.
No, I think it's all skill.
What is the planning behind now an episode of the Josh Greenberg Show? And I just want to continue how the skits made up produce and what is the key to a fantastic Josh Greenberg Show?
Well, the planning process, we have every Thursday a writer's room from 8 to 10 p.m. We had experimented with putting them in the afternoon, putting them in the early evening. Early evening, people are still getting off work. They're tired. They're hungry.
They want a beer.
They want a beer. They want some Wendy's.
Yeah.
But late evening, that's when
free game.
Sort of the ideas start to flow. You're tired, but in a way that's not making you cranky so much as it's kind of making you loopy. And so that has been. It's not a foolproof method. Sometimes you still get a cranky sort of tired, but that is kind of the environment that we're in, and the writer's room I think is at its best when it's just a bunch of people messing around, and the messing around generally, as long as it's messing around on the theme of the episode that you're trying to write for, will eventually spur into ideas for skits and stuff. The skits, it's way more, it's schedule dependent, whoever is available when, but usually we will end up editing the skit over like a week and a half period. Now, the key to having a successful Josh Greenberg show, as far as the writing stuff goes, we can do as many writers' rooms as we've done on writers. We've probably done, however many weeks there are in the semester, we've done that many writers' rooms.
Each, okay.
But it would be all for naught if we did not do a practice run of the show beforehand. we did not do a practice run of the twin episode, and everybody was flying by the seat of their pants.
Right.
Nobody knew what was going on. If we do a practice, then we can work out what it feels like in the actual space. It's not just in your head. It's very hard to manage the entire show in your head, even if it's split between a team of like 5 people.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Josh Finds Love episode was practiced upon beforehand, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Okay. But the twin episode was completely
improvised.
Right. So.
Yeah, it was not. It was, and it ended up bad. Like I told you before we started rolling, we didn't write any questions. Bad move.
Right.
Bad move. You got to be prepared.
Right. Started off with me and Tim Breen on the.
Yeah, you guys were doing that.
And then it ended with, or at least one of the segments was getting slammed by Seamus Culhane and his.
Yeah.
That was a experience of all time.
There were still some good moments in the twin episode. I liked when they started beating me up with the pillows. I thought that was funny.
I feel like
and the remote, the twin remote, that was a good one as well. But yeah, some of those interviews
the twin, all the twins. I like the twin Batman.
Yeah. Well, the twin Batman, Reagan, Brody, John, and I were all shooting in the Anchor News office.
Yeah.
That's where we were doing all those green screen bits are in the Anchor News office. And Brody and I went to go get lunch, and John and Reagan weren't hungry. They were like, okay, yeah, we'll start shooting some stuff in here. We came back from getting our lunch, and they were like, all right, we got it. Because they just put Reagan in a Batman costume in front of a green screen, and he just riffed for 6 minutes. It was he's a master at
we just had a Batman costume in the.
He has the amount of times that we have had an idea for a skit, and Reagan goes, "Oh yeah, I have a costume for that."
Oh,
like Scary Gary. That
was on the. I think that was on the cuff, right? That was like the costume was like. Wasn't the costume literally like made like right before?
The mask was made right.
The mask.
That was, but the robe. Reagan's. Thomas Jefferson costume for Presidents in Love.
Oh yeah.
Reagan's.
I like that one a lot.
The Batman. Yeah, Presidents in Love was a fun shoot. It was a lot of improvisation on that one.
Who is Abe Lincoln? Who is Abe Lincoln? I never.
President of SCG.
Oh yeah, Dante. Yeah, I was like, is that Dante?
Yes, indeed.
I mean, he's creative because
we got him because he was Abraham Lincoln for Halloween.
Oh.
And he had an Abraham Lincoln hat. But then he lost it or it was stolen or something. So you can see the hat that we made. It's out of construction paper and it's taped to his head.
I should have asked him about that in last week's interview. By the way, on Anchor TV interviews, make sure you watch it.
Check it out.
Yeah, have you checked that? I assume.
I did not watch Dante's interview.
Okay.
But
it's like 25 minutes. So if you like talking about SCG stuff, if you like talking about if you like Dante. You know, I'm sure.
I love me some Dante. I can watch that as I fall asleep. It'll comfort me.
I think that's like a lot of how the Anchor TV interviews go. They're great, you know, episodes to just go to sleep to.
You know, well, you have a soothing aura.
Yeah, I guess. It's like
that's why I keep my pocket Yean.
Oh, fantastic!
I wish I had an actual. I should have prepared.
You should have pulled that.
Pocket Yean. That would have been a good bit.
Could have showed it to the camera. We're not able to zoom in. We don't have
imagine that.
Yeah, we don't. We have a ghost cameraman. Like, you know, if I ever feel like showing or put in the baby Tim Yean, I'll think about it. If I'm not lazy in the editing. Now, on your decision to run for Anchor TV president, why did you decide to go for it, and what was your reaction to when you got the electoral victory?
I decided to run for president because I had a lot of ideas for events that I wanted to run, and I was just a general member. So I was like, you know, I run the Josh Greenberg Show, so that was my project. I had full authority over that project. But I was like, I have some ideas for stuff that we could run as events for the whole club. Yeah. And so that was sort of my main motivation for running for president. As far as my reaction to getting elected, I really wasn't. I really don't want to appear cocky ever. And so when Shane pulled out, for those who don't know, those are everybody watching who wasn't in the room when Anchor TV was doing their election, Shane pulled out an extremely well-made campaign ad in which he was having like some sort of banter with Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen has like a Hot Wheels car, and then I saw that video and I was like, all right, he's got it. I'm cooked. And I didn't run for any other position. And I do think that is one of the main reasons why I was elected president, is because everybody else on the ballot for president was running for another position.
Just in case, as like a fallback thing.
So I didn't get any votes putting. I really think that's what did it for me. Because those speeches, I thought they handled themselves well. Mm-hmm. And I think both other candidates, no, Caleb didn't end up on the executive board, but he's still a member.
Yeah, he's still a key member.
He's still around. But yeah, I thought, I was surprised.
Right. Do you have some plans in place for what Anchor TV will be doing next year already? Perhaps over the summer when you guys meet with E-board?
Absolutely. Everybody on the E-board I know is on kind of a united front about they want Anchor TV to be doing more things always. Mm-hmm. Anybody who has an idea, I want to encourage creativity. So the other day we were planning our host of the Storage Geese, and one of our new general members, he's a freshman, Aiden. I don't know his last name, but Aiden.
I think it's Colin. Yeah.
Just started building a
Shrimp Family
Feud set, and I was like, yeah, man, this is the exact kind of lightning in a bottle, spur of the moment creative decision that I want to encourage. Like, that's basically the Josh Greenberg Show is a series of runaway Shrimp Family Feuds, where it's like, oh, and then we can do this, and then we can do this, and we can do this, and like, we toss around a lot of ideas, and ideas are good, but execution is really important. Mm-hmm. I know Shane Moran has talked about he wants to put out a bunch of Instagram content. Mm-hmm. I worry that is sort of like a business approach, whereas we're a club. I think that the aim of the club should be having fun. It's like we don't need to grow our shares or whatever. We don't have any stockholders. My main goal is that everybody who's in the club has fun and enjoys hanging out in a creative space, and that's what I want Anchor TV to be.
It does also, it kind of does also help, if any SCG member is listening, I hope, slide a little bit of money to the Greenberg administration, right?
Sure. Yeah, we have, I don't know that we've had any budgetary issues as yet. We usually are pretty good at running. Yeah. I think that the constraints make the art better. But if you can consider the Josh Greenberg
Listen, if we have enough money for an Anchor TV mansion, I'm more than, I feel like you'd be more than welcome to.
I was thinking everybody, the entire club could get flights to like Hawaii or something.
Hawaii, okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a dream, like Josh Greenberg Show destination for like a special
not particularly. I think that might be exploitative. Although I will tell you, many times I've thought about just making the Josh Greenberg Show a full-on travel show. Because when we were doing the Wiener remote, we were driving across Rhode Island.
Trying out all those wieners?
I was like, I'm Rick Steves. I'm like Rick Steves, but better. You know Rick Steves? He was a PBS guy. He did like travel shows across Europe.
There are a lot of travel guys I know, just not Rick Steves.
We did a travel show in Texas that will be coming out eventually. I know this is kind of our... the Texas episode getting edited is kind of like in Wixon when they say they're going to fix Megaseg.
What's Megaseg?
Megaseg is the thing that automates the playing of the music over the radio, and it's always out of whack.
Yeah.
We will edit and put out the Texas episode. We're just very busy with other things. It's the end of the semester, and also we have a final show to run.
A final show, final exams, final meetings, final whatever.
Yes.
So.
But if I did have a bigger budget, the Josh Greenberg Show would be a travel show. Mm. It would definitely not to Hawaii because there's some like ethical stuff with like the resorts draining the water supply of the islands. They shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. No. But I am a firm believer that you can make traveling anywhere interesting. Okay. I would do it. We could do it now. We could do a travel episode of Worcester. I think that'd be hilarious.
All right, yeah.
I think it'd be a good time. Because everybody in Worcester would be like, "What are you doing here?" And that's a funny thing.
Right.
That's funny.
I mean, I can't wait for whenever you guys head over to Omaha, Nebraska, or like somewhere in Nebraska.
I've thought about it. There's a site under the Wikipedia umbrella called Wiki Voyage, and they have travel guides for every city on the planet, including Omaha, Nebraska. I was like, yeah, I'll check out the Omaha Meatpacking District. Used to be the second largest meatpacking yard in the United States after the Chicago Union Yards.
That is a fun fact. You know, I learned a lot. I learned a lot out of these Anchor TV interviews. That might be the most useful information I might have received, like, ever.
Yeah. You ever meet someone from Nebraska, you can impress them with that one fact.
Yeah, like, you know, I've learned about, you know, how SVG works. I've learned about, you know, the behind the scenes of how to announce the RFC soccer game. Shout out Juju DaCosta, who was the first ever interview of Anchor TV, for Anchor TV interviews. But, you know, that meat packaging thing, used to be.
Used to be.
You know,
once upon a time.
That's like
Omaha's moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, like you know, not meat packaging. Like
not meat packing. Yeah, it doesn't smell like cows anymore.
Right. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, just like, you know, Nebraska stuff.
Nebraska stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't claim to understand Nebraska in the way that a Nebraskan does.
Whoever's from Nebraska is watching it. You know, if you like Nebraska Josh Greenberg episode,
if we could get this video big in Nebraska, maybe there will be a Josh Greenberg.
Right. Maybe I'll slide it to the mayor of Omaha. Just like shoot out a little. What is the most important thing that you'd like to learn, perhaps from current President Elias Raleigh Gendron, that you'd like to prepare as you become the next Anchor TV president?
I would say the biggest thing that Elias has to teach me, we still have to go through. There are a bunch of documents outlining basically an SOP, standard of operations. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's called that very formally, but there is a big Google document or like Google Drive folder with all of the specifications of how Anchor TV is run, and we gotta have a sit down and just go through, have him explain that to me. I gotta know how to reserve rooms on Rick rooms. I gotta know how to fill out contracts. That's also, Mike King was talking to me about that. He pulled me aside at the last night of Rock Hunt, and he said it's a huge pain in the keister to do anything here involving outside people is a pain. And I don't envy you having to fill out that paperwork. Right. Mike Keane always. Did he have to get the mayor of Lincoln, right? Town administrator of Lincoln, yes. Oh, town administrator. Was that just like a whim thing, like? We have not filled out any contracts for any of our guests. That should not be. Which we don't pay them. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. SCG has told us to get off of that model of sort of laissez-faire attitude towards and just like towards contracts. So I guess that kind of forces, which is going to be once a month. Is it going to be once a semester now? Josh Greenberg shows for next year. Once a semester. That's the plan. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do like one big special. So I guess that gives a lot more time to. Yeah. Right, to get things out. Yeah. All right. And nobody needs contracts for this upcoming episode. This is all an in-house production. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. How important, second last question, or if we go garbage time a lot more, how important will cooperating with the other Ducey E-board members be for your vision with Anchor TV? Those being Wixon president and co-host John Seguin and editor-in-chief for the Anchor newspaper, Kelsey Conroy. I was thinking, once I actually assume the office of president, I'm going no contact with John. Okay. And Anchor TV becomes extremely isolationist. And nobody's allowed to we're going to shutter the windows. Nobody's allowed to look in the office. But what do you call it? No. Obviously, cooperation with other orgs is paramount. It's very important, I think, to our vision for Anchor TV in the 2026-2027 school year. Because I have at least one plan for some sort of event or operation that I want to carry out with other media orgs. For Wixon, the big idea that we've been having for months now, doing music videos for local bands. Oh. That would be awesome. It would probably require a lot of contracts, but it would be awesome. There are plenty of local bands that are like Wixon staples that everybody knows and recognizes and likes, and that we could put our heads together and make a fun, creative music video. I think that is a dying medium. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite?
homemade music.
Do you have
videos.
a favorite music video?
A favorite music video of all time? Let me think. I grew up watching OK Go videos because my dad was a big OK Go fan. You know the OK Go music videos? They're like big stunt music videos.
Huh.
I really like the one for Needing Getting, I think is the name of the song. They're driving a Prius that is covered in all of this garbage, but the garbage is specifically tuned to play the song on. They wind up like pianos so that it plays one specific note, and they and guitars and such. It's very cool. All of those that YouTube channel is a wealth.
I might have to
crazy
check that.
stunts.
You might have to show me that sometime.
Absolutely.
When we're in the office again. I remember this is not related to OK Go, but I think this is very niche. Those Jib Jab.
yes.
Jib Jab videos.
This land is your land.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that one.
This land will surely vote for me.
Do you have 3 Purple Hearts?
I do not have any Purple Hearts.
Oh.
My grandfather fought in World War II. He had 2 Purple Hearts, I think.
So kind of almost.
Not
enough for a presidential.
Not enough for a presidential.
Okay.
Anchor News, I would cooperate with on journalism. I think that you would know better than most. You're the VP of the incoming VP of Anchor News. I think that having the newscast highlight some of the stories talked about in the Anchor newspaper would be a good thing to have. I think that having a coordinated Ducey front would be good. And I want to tack on there, they're not technically a Ducey org, but the Film Society.
The Film Society, yeah.
I think that it is a match made in heaven because we're both dealing with visual media. Mm-hmm. And especially because I'm more of a creative-oriented guy than a technical-oriented guy. Like I was talking to Mike Kane about this. A lot of prior general managers of Anchor TV have been very tech-oriented, and I'm not.
You're not.
And so I think getting the Film Society to coordinate like a watch party event or something. We already did that with the film festival this past weekend, which was great, and we've done that. This was the second one we've done here at Rick. And I think that having cooperation with them also would be beneficial.
I feel like you should just do a Mike Kane episode at this point.
Yeah, you should. We had him on the show. He's got some good stories.
Right.
He's been around. Mm-hmm. He's in the State House. He knows the dirt.
He knows everyone in the state.
He knows the skinny.
He knows a guy that knows a guy.
Exactly.
So the Mike Kane Mafia.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the entirety of the Ducey Media Center is basically like Mike Kane's little mafia army. So like the way you're talking about this Ducey front, it sounds like we're building up like a revolution.
It's an army.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an army.
A big army.
A reasonably sized army.
Okay. That participates when it needs to.
Yeah.
All right. Final question of the day. This is going on for a hot minute now.
Yeah, sure is.
Either on or off campus, what is one person that you'd really like to get on the show for a skit or, maybe even an actual interview?
An interview, top interview guest? Probably, if money's no object, the president of a obscure country.
Okay.
I want someone who is really big, or like the governor of a faraway state. I think that would be because I am a fan of geography.
Right.
And
are there any governors you have in mind already?
Any specific governors I have in mind? None of the big. I wouldn't want to Newsom because he's California. That's a hot shot state.
And he also leaving. So
yeah, I want the governor of Wisconsin.
Okay. Tony.
Oh.
Tony Evers.
Is that true?
I think so.
Is that a real Wisconsin governor poll?
He is the current.
Can we fact check that?
He's a current governor. All right. We will.
Oh my God.
Because
holy. I know
my governor.
If you're completely wrong, that would be.
He's the incumbent right now.
The confidence with which you said it,
He's the incumbent right now. He's not going to be in after 2026. He's probably leaving office. But I think it's Tony Evers or Tony Ewers or whatever. I know my governors.
I don't know my governors. I'm proud of you.
Decently.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
But if we were to get a guest on a sketch, a professional funny person, like Bill Hader.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met a guy that looked like, no, I didn't meet. I saw a guy that looked like Bill Hader that was sitting right in front of me at like a Mets game.
Did you tell him?
No.
No? Mets game? You went to City Stadium?
Yeah, because I went with like my teacher from high school who like mentored me like all the sports media stuff, and like my friend from URI, Charlie Adams, another episode. I just watched the Mets and they won.
Is that
now the Bill Hader look? What was that?
Is that your dream job, baseball commentator?
Not exactly
Or
baseball. Any sort of commentator.
Any sort of commentator?
It's kind of like the loop right now. I'm leaning that towards this is like two extremely different mediums. It's like either like sports journalism or like broadcasting, or like just strangely politics.
But yes, so are we done here?
I think we are done.
I think we've gone on a journey together.
Right. And
I would describe that as
an almost hour. I think like an hour.
An hour long.
Almost.
This is gonna have to get trimmed.
Probably. If I don't care about it enough, we
talked about we talked about a wide ranging degree of topics.
Yeah.
It's almost noon, and I haven't eaten anything.
Right. And it's about to be a class up here, so we might as well wrap this up now.
Yeah.
Once again, everybody, Tim Yean, Anchor TV Interviews, sports manager for Anchor TV. Once again, joined by Josh Greenberg of the Josh Greenberg Show, new Anchor TV president coming up this fall. We thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you for the next episode if we don't get canceled. Take care.